What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast, the number one podcast for martial arts, movies, and pop culture. Hey, Stevens, what episode is this?
This is episode 104.
Brought to you by Topo Chico. Topo Chico, Mexicans' favorite seltzer water. AK, what the hell happened to Penafiel?
They still make it. They just, you just don't get in bottles here. This is from the mountains of Monterrey, Mexico.
Which is known to have the best sparkling water in the world.
Topo Chico mineral water, known for marijuana fields and mountain spring water. Jennifer Stevens
is so disgusted by this. She's like, I'm out. Enough of this.
She's mad she ain't getting that Topo Chico money. That's what it is, bro.
She's like, this is some bullshit. I didn't sign up for this.
Little known fact about Topo Chico. It's literally taken so many jobs from Rancho Cucamonga that Stevens will not fucking stand for it.
Wow. Whoa. She came back just to be racist.
She came back with a vengeance.
Topo Chico is also known as the manliest of all seltzer waters, which is great because this leads right into Manly May, guys.
Manly May. Proudly sponsored by Topo Chico. Kaboom.
There. Pow, 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 pow. Just like Daddy McBride. Big ass titties. All right, guys. We were leaving the LAFC game. Oh, wait. Abarca, say hi.
Hey, mahalo, folks.
Stevens.
Hello.
Enrique.
So what is this Peñafiel? I've never heard of this.
It's seltzer water.
What? You are so not Mexican to me sometimes, Enrique. I swear to God, bro.
I never heard of this. I don't know.
Your Spanish is worse than your English.
Next thing. Ignorant rich.
Was I too? Was
did
I
you
too?
have jarritos?
Yeah, jarritos all day, every day.
Okay. So Penafiel was the sparkling version of jarritos, but they also had flavored ones that were fire. Lemon lime Penafiel was like my shit growing up. It was simple. It was like it wasn't as sweet as jarritos, obviously, but it was a seltzer water.
Yeah,
the lime, the flavored ones were like soda, basically.
Yeah, I never mess with these. Now is it?
All right. Let me keep testing you.
Is it? Hold on, Penafiel or Peñafiel? Because I'm seeing an Enya in here.
I think it's Peñafiel.
Yeah, who the fuck knows, bro? I don't know. I drank them.
Okay. What else? What else did I have an eye?
What was it? Sidrat? What was it? Sangria one, Abarca?
By Sidral?
Yeah.
Sidral?
No. It was like a sangria. It
was
like
yeah. Yeah. I had that one. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Manzanita?
Manzanita Sol?
Yes.
Ooh, fire, bro. Yeah. Have you ever drank soda out of a Ziploc bag?
Yeah. You know what I did in Mexico? When I went to Mexico as a kid.
Back in, Enrique. You back in, bro. You got that straw.
Yeah.
But then the fucking rookies would stab the straw in and you just lose all the soda with the bitch.
Yep.
All right. Did you ever eat tamarindo out of like a clear pack like this big with all the seeds and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, fire, bro. Yeah.
I'm Mexican again. I'm Mexican.
Did you ever have a Carlos Quinto? Did you get one?
A what?
A Carlos Quinto.
What's that?
That chocolate, we talked about this shit.
Oh, no, I haven't had that. No, I haven't had that.
You out. You're back out. Steven, you're back in.
Enrique is like this and then like this and then like this.
Shit.
So we were leaving the LAFC game this week where LAFC dominated Philadelphia 3-0 and we were hooked up by a doña who fucking made the save of a lifetime for us and let us park somewhere we were supposed to, I think. Shout out to the doña, because I know she listens. But we were talking about the great comedies that we got to watch even 10, 15 years ago. And it was really funny because we were talking about Tropic Thunder and there was a security guard that was like sitting there and he was like, like, he just gave us that look like, yeah, that Robert Downey Jr. got down, dog. But like, he was African American, so it was funny because I'm like, booty sweat. I'm like talking about all the shit with Tropic Thunder. Big ass titties, and that's what you could say. He watched the movie. He knew what was up, bro. He watched it and stuff like that. But I was like, dang, like, and I think we've talked about this before, but did we ever pinpoint the last? And I don't even think raunchy's a word, because to me, Porky's is raunchy. Like, I don't know. I guess comedy that kind of push with Wedding Crashers, probably something like that.
Bridesmaids.
We said it was knockers.
Good call. Probably Bridesmaids.
Or cock knockers you were talking about.
Cock blockers.
Oh yeah,
Was it
cock
knockers?
blockers.
Or cock blockers.
Cock knockers.
That's a whole different movie.
I want to. Stevens.
I think I was thinking knocker. Isn't the other one knockers
I
or
think
something?
you saw that one on a different website.
Maybe.
It's just girls punching dudes' dicks.
I have been watching a lot of movies lately.
And they enjoy the shit out of it. They're like, oh yeah.
Cock knockers. I like that.
And that's I imagine those old school like porno covers, and it's like a girl just punching a dick.
Should that be the new name? Should that be the new name of our podcast? Cock knockers.
Cock knockers.
What's the face on it? The dick with the just like that. And it's just like hit my dick.
Here's a thumbnail. This is the thumbnail right there, Enrique. Yeah.
It's just dudes that love to get their dick punched.
I was like, hey.
Oh, I can't wait for you to knock my cock.
Hi. I'm here for the
cock knocking.
Yeah, come on in. So this is my first time, guys. Be a little.
Oh my God, Stevens! You fucking did it again, Stevens.
I'm happy I could derail
This
you.
is why we push the start of the podcast back, because you gotta have you for these moments.
She gonna say some silly shit like cock knockers. Let's fucking go.
You're welcome.
At the day of this recording, when we record this, it is May the 4th. And I'm sure that Abarca has been scouring through the internet, getting tons of things that have come up. So Abarca, of the many things that have maybe dropped today, information, stuff, cool things that you just watched, what stood out to you today for May the 4th? Anything awesome?
Disney Plus dropped a new season of Visions, which the first season was all Japanese anime from different studios. This one is studios all around the world. And so we've got stop motion, we've got 3D animated, we got 2D traditional animated, and they're pretty cool.
Oh, you already checked them out?
Yes. For purposes of this, yes.
That's awesome. Any other like news drop today? Anything like this?
They sold a Cal Kestis lightsaber today at Disneyland Park and on shopdisney.com, which we proudly sponsor us.
Yeah, they're going to sponsor us after we talk about cock knockers.
I think we sponsor them more than they sponsor us.
Don't they own the character Cock Knocker?
Oh, from Suicide Squad? Or
no, from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Bob, yeah. It's a match made in heaven, guys.
Synergy.
But what else? What they said? They sold the lightsaber today?
It's a Cal Kestis lightsaber, $400. People at the park were waiting in line carrying jumbo boxes so they can resell them for $1,000. And you're like, should I have bought one? Because when I checked the website, I was like, oh, I can still get one. But then I'm like, I don't care. It's a nice Luke Skywalker. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it's just most like Disney has 4 like grad night events, but it's just Star Wars. And so that's been cool. Like they have all of May is Star Wars month at the Disney parks. And so they've got different foods, different desserts. Like it's pretty cool, but nothing that I would say, hey, I got to see this, or no new trailers.
Okay. You did something pretty cool this week, right? You went and checked out something on the big screen.
I did check out, took Stevens, we went to go see Return of the Jedi, 40th anniversary. And I told her, hey, it'd be cool if they had some sort of intro that was like, hey guys, thank you so much. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here 40 years later. But it was just a movie. And I enjoyed that too. But it's super funny when they do close-ups of Princess Leia. Like she starts off the movie kind of in focus and very sharp, and then you see like one Coke nostril is bigger than the other, And then she's got a little, like, her fingernail is just longer for whatever reason. I don't know why. And then as the movie goes on, she gets more of a beauty light, and it's kind of this soft diffusion. And I'm like, I wonder why they're doing that.
Because she hasn't slept in 3 days.
Probably, dude. Here's the thing. They're like, George Lucas, you put me in a bikini, I gotta be trim. Because people are gonna keep looking at me for 40 years, man. Today, she got they gave her a star on the Walk of Fame.
Hey, that sucks. I mean, that she wasn't around to kind of do that or whatever.
So that was was cool. Her daughter was there. I guess she's beefing with her family.
Ooh.
They're like, why are you beefing with your aunt and uncle? And you're like, we don't really have a relationship. Like, my mom died when I probably needed my family the most. They weren't there for me, but they were there to do interviews and promote their books that they wrote about my mom.
Oh, that's rough, man.
So cool, yeah. So, but you know who was there? Luke fucking Skywalker.
Oh, he was there?
Yes. And he's looking trim, so I'm happy about that, man. Because there was a time where he was doing these like very low, but like he probably could have been on a podcast at a certain point. Whoa. Not anymore. Not anymore. Actually, there's a movie called Sushi Girl that we should probably check out in the future, where he's like a mafia guy.
All right, so we got the list provided by IGN of the best Star Wars movies, just Star Wars movies ranked. They're not including the Clone Wars movie. All right, Abarca, I want to see where you are with this list. Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it?
They're like, there's 9 of them, bro. Like,
they got, well, just so you know, they have on this. Well, I think they consider like they have 11.
They included Rogue One.
We could include Rogue One and Han Solo. Han Solo is going to be at the very end of the list somewhere.
All right. So your number one, you've said this before. What is it, Abarca?
It's The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back is also number one on this list. Abarca is batting 1,000 right now. No. Your number two?
Enrique's good. Enrique left. She's like, fuck your Star Wars. I like sports and family.
All right. Number two.
Number two on our list might be Rogue One.
No, what is it on your list? Fuck everybody else. What is it on your list? Screw
I will go Sith. Number two.
All right. They have number two as Star Wars: A New Hope.
I just called Star Wars, people.
Star Wars.
It was called Star Wars when I was a kid, and that's how I wanted. God dang it! When I was a kid in the 20th century, number three is not going to be Jedi. It's probably one of the prequels.
What is it for you?
For me, it's Sith.
Sith again?
Yeah. Wait,
you did Sith for number two.
Okay, then Star Wars.
Star Wars number three.
Star Wars.
They have Return of the Jedi as number three. Which I'm like, really?
That one gets a lot of hate over Rogue One.
I just saw it. I just thought it's cool.
This list kind of confused me. Number four, Barca, you're number four. Right now, your number one is Strikes Back, Sith, and then Star Wars. What's your number four?
My four would be Force Awakens.
That's your number four.
Yeah.
Their number four is The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi is, look, as much hate as that movie gets.
He almost got out of a chair.
I get what they're trying to do, and they're trying to build something new, but everybody has to be on the same page. So look, as much hate as they want, they signed off on it. They're like, this is where we're going for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking about Awakens, right?
No, Last Jedi. Or no,
Last Jedi. Okay.
The middle one, the 8.
Number 5.
My 5, Rogue One.
Rogue One? That is also their number 5, Rogue One.
Wow.
All right, 6.
Then I go Attack of the Clones. Because it's got my boy Jango Fett in it.
Okay, this is where they put The Force Awakens.
Okay.
7.
I would put Last Jedi.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is where they have Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
All the way down to 7. 8.
8.
This is wild, bro. This is wild to me. Go. 8.
8 for me would have to be a Phantom Menace.
Solo. Bro, Solo was not good, bro. The best part of Solo was a tease, and it lasted like 30 seconds, and I didn't get to see one fucking double-sided lightsaber. Like, I don't understand. All right, 9.
9. Was it the Rise of Skywalker, or what the hell's it called? Return of Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker. Yeah,
they have Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Okay.
10.
Oh, did I totally skip Jedi?
No, you put it up there.
Okay.
You got stuff like Attack of the Clones still.
No.
Oh no, you did say Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
Well, for them, 10 is Attack of the Clones, and 11, the worst Star Wars, or not as ranked as high, is The Rise of Skywalker. They have that all the way down to 11. I can't believe Solo is that. I know it's only 8, but I'm like, really?
The only reason I enjoy Solo is because of Donald Glover as Lando. Yeah. And and them being together is the cool part. But then we've got a robot like a droid rebellion, that they're the uprising. They give him the name. You're like, Han, what? Solo, because you're alone. You're like, all right. I like that. Yeah, I like that he gets enlisted in the army. He has to figure out a way to get out.
Yeah.
Right. It's got stuff. Like, I like Quentin Beck. Like, he's supposed to be the proto Han Solo. That's the Woody Harrelson character. I don't like.
Who's the list by?
IGN.
This is IGN. Their whole group got together because of May the 4th, and they were like, let's rank it. Let's see. Let's get in there. And it was multiple guys. They got in there, and they decided. Why do people hate? Jedi's whatever to me. I loved it as a little kid because I like Ewoks. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just literally what it was. I remember being a kid. But like, why do people hate on Jedi as much as they do? What is it about it?
I get, okay, so I was talking to Stevens about this, and so they go from 2, which was amazing, right? And so you need to make a movie that is going to be as amazing. And the key people that were responsible for making that movie awesome, Empire, don't return. We don't get the cinematographer. So we go from this very kind of weird movie, right, 70s movie, into this kind of widescreen, very atmospheric movie, to one that feels very contained. It feels very budgeted. Like, here's this set piece. We're going to go into this set piece. We don't have to build more than what we need, right? A lot of the action is inside the Death Star.
Yeah.
Or Death Star 2, which is fully operational. And so I think it doesn't pay off as it does. Like, there's a last minute decision to make Leia Luke's sister instead of just having some having her show up. So they could have added another character. Like, oh, that's my sister. So I think a lot of the Muppets that are in the movie, all Jedi had was a bunch of Muppets.
Now, do you think in Lucas's head this was it?
He has this idea for other stuff, because you get Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher in Britain on a kids show, and they're asking him, hey, how many more Star Wars? Because this is the greatest thing ever, right before 2 comes out. And he's like, well, George has an idea where it's going to be about, so in this one, I'm doing this, and then I come back into part 3, and it kind of concludes our story. But then we're going to tell a story before that. So in 1981, there is an idea about the prequels, and it's going to be about about a movie about Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker, and they're like, oh, that's pretty amazing. So he had the idea, but honestly, it took he has a heart attack. It took a lot out of him, because he felt he had to be very hands-on for part 2. because it's his money that they're spending, right? So he just sees, you fuckers are spending my money and you're changing my words, like Han Solo saying, you know, I love you. And he's like, I know. Like that's an ad lib. And he's like, you know, what are you guys doing? Stick to the script. Like it's written right there. I need you to say the line. And he goes and carbonate and we're good. And so I think when it's his money, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to spend that much money. I don't want to go over budget because whatever money it goes out of budget. He's losing money on toys.
Okay.
He's losing money on toys. And he's like, Harrison Ford's like, hey, you know what? I want to die in this movie. And he's like, well, you know, I can't, if Han Solo's not in the movie, I can't sell a Han Solo action figure. You know, we got to have the ship. Right. The team creates these different planets. They create all these different ships. So he's doing what Disney and what all the studios do now, right? Like we talked about the Flash movie last week. There's a toy line with the Batmobile and the jet and all of that. Like that's already part of the planning for this movie. What can we write into it that will help us make some money after the fact? And so it's not, long story short, I think it's not a satisfying ending compared to the awesomeness of 2. Like realistically, George Lucas makes compromises because Ewoks are going to sell more merchandise than a planet full of Wookiees. Right? And what we get after? We got a cartoon about the droids. We got a cartoon about the Ewoks. We got 2 movies, television movies about Ewoks. So he's just seeing this machine kind of going, and he has a divorce with Marsha Lucas, and he's like left a single dad, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna hang out with my daughter and grow my gut and grow my chin.
And he does a good job of it, right?
And he did a very good job.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm glad. Like again, people love it. People enjoy it. I'm sure people complain one way or the other with the list, but it's interesting. It seems like everybody agrees that Empire's the one. Like that's like the non-questionable thing, right? Empire's the one. And
I feel like Lucas thinks that's the one he didn't have 100% control of.
And that's the one that everybody loves.
Yeah, so it probably irks him. He's like, well, you know what? Like I gave you guys the Ewoks, and Boba Fett was in it too, and he died. But
so I got to tell you guys about the show. I haven't talked to any of you guys about it. I completely forgot, but I loved it. I think Enrique might have watched this already. Did you watch? Has anybody of you guys watched Beef on Netflix?
Not yet.
No, Enrique, what'd you think?
It's heavy.
but it's not like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's like this weird. Have you even seen the clips to it? Have you, like Steven Zarabark? Do you kind of know what it's about?
Oh, it's the Road Rage trailer one, right? Yeah.
Is this the one with Ali Wong in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and it starts with Road Rage, right? But it becomes so much more. And I enjoyed the hell out of it in 30 minutes. 30-minute episodes. Oh, okay. So it's one of those things that you almost have to stop yourself because you're like, I can do another one. So I did make myself kind of go back and forth. But Enrique, what did you like about it or dislike about it? I mean, you said it was heavy, but what do you think?
Oh no, I mean, I loved it. It's just, I thought it was going to be more of although it has a lot of comedic moments in it.
Yeah.
It's not really a comedy, but I was expecting it to be more of a comedy.
Even the comedy's dark.
Yeah, it's really not. So it was more of something that I wasn't expecting, but it's so well done. It's really good. It's pretty unique. You know what I mean? As far as the story and everything. I listen a lot to Bad Friends, and I would listen to Bobby Lee's podcast, all the other podcasts they has, and they always talk about the Han that Asian people have. And it's basically, I think what they base the show off of is just they get so mad about things and they can't control themselves. And I think they pretty much use that as because it's every episode. It's like they're doing something. Someone gets pissed off about something, and it just leads to craziness.
Yeah.
When you're like, dude, just let it go. Like, it's cool, but they can't help themselves.
It's not that big of a fucking deal, right? And it keeps getting worse and worse and worse throughout the
it's just gonna lead to more problems, and then that's gonna piss them off, and then it's just a vicious cycle. So, but the show's awesome. David Cho's in it, the famous artist.
Yeah.
That the famous artist that got all the that did work for Facebook when they were starting up and got paid in stocks. And
so he like rich, right?
And he's like rich, and so and he's really good in it too. Which he's not an actor.
The cousin, right?
He's a cousin, yeah.
Really good. But Ali Wong kills it. The Walking Dead guy, I forgot his name off the top of my head. He kills it. And all the characters are good, you know. But it's it's one of those things that we've watched a lot of different versions of this, but it's kind of like these people that you think have everything together, and then you kind of just have to peel back a little bit, and you're like, damn, like wow, that's kind of sad. Like you would think you would have it more together than this, but it's like some real big version of it just not being right. And it's good though. It's really, really cool. But it's one of those you have to almost stop yourself from just going through the whole thing and just kind of like knocking it out.
I want to watch. I don't know if you guys have watched the show on Hulu, The Bear.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You seen it?
Yeah, the one with the cook, the chef.
Yeah,
in Chicago. Yeah.
I've heard it's really good.
Similar to dark comedy-ish.
Okay.
Kind of like he deals with a lot of different stuff, and it's really good though.
Yeah.
It feels like you're in the kitchen. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense because it's all about him being a chef, but you feel like you're in the fucking kitchen. Like
the anxiety of it and
it's like, stuff like that. Yeah. That's a good one too to check out. But we've talked about collectibles on here a lot of times, and I was telling Enrique that I watched another show on Netflix called King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch, and it's all about this company that they don't necessarily buy the stuff, but they're the place you can go and put on your online auctions. Like they hold the online auctions for the big money stuff. And there were some interesting things in that, man. Did you check any of them out, Enrique, yet?
I haven't yet, no.
Yeah, but there's some interesting stuff in there. Super spoiler alerts, but like the big thing, the whole thing they talk about throughout the whole episodes is, again, when we talk about the money that goes into these things, a card that was literally dropped within the past year called the Triple Logo, dropped by Panini, and it's LeBron James, a logo out of one of his jerseys from Miami, a logo out of one of his jerseys from Cleveland, and a logo out of one of his jerseys from the Lakers. And it's one card. There's only one of one. And they put it in these, what are those boxes called, Enrique? The Immaculates, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
They come in these little like silver like briefcases, and they're like a few $1,000s per pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you have to pay like thousands of dollars to just buy this pack. But if you hit this card, for instance, they put it on this auction place because he wanted to be the person that sold it, and it sold for $2.1 million. So a fucking card that's not even a year old dropped, and it got sold for $2.1 million.
But it was a 1-of-1?
1-of-1. 1-of-1. And I'm like, 2.1 million? Like, it should have surprised me, but I'm like, good Lord, that's insane for a year-old card. And again, but you have to spend thousands. And imagine, but it seemed like they opened up other boxes throughout the series because they were trying to find it, but they don't find it or whatever. But it seems like you make money with these things anyways, right? Because you're still getting like somebody got an Anthony Hardaway that was a 1-out-of-1. That's like a $5,000 card. And so it's not like you, I don't know if lose is the right word because you have to sell it and you have to have buyers, obviously, right? But their cards in there are amazing, but this was the card to get, was a triple logo, man, is what they called it. And I was just like, good Lord. The funniest thing too is, and I remember this because I bought Allen Genters, but there was a guy who his dad used to be the barber for 3 presidents. And he scooped up hair of 3 presidents. And the son was selling it to this guy because card companies buy this hair to put it into baseball cards and be like a strand of George Washington's hair in a card. It's like a legit thing. So he's like, the guy's coming in with bags of hair and shit. Pictures. Oh, so everything's photo match. That's how they fucking prove everything. Photo matching shit. And I'm just like, really?
Here's this portrait of George Washington. You can see he was a little shaggy.
A little bit of white hair right there, a little bit of white hair. But it's like the dad holding a bag of hair and shit. Like next to, like, it's like, what? Yeah, like in the series, like one of the things, and I don't remember this, but I guess Britney Spears was on the X Factor at some point in time, and she made this dress into a shirt. And it was a big deal because it was like the shirt that everybody was talking about. And this guy had it. And they literally show the girl photo matching it, like the person who does that for him. And he's like, you can see right here. But that was it. That's all they did was photo match it. And I'm like, that's it? You know? And the guy also brought in some washcloths that supposedly Michael Jackson like wiped his face with. And there was a lot of makeup on him. And he's all, unless you have a video of him actually wiping his face with this, we're not going to be able to like prove this one. So that one they didn't take. But they took the shirt. So I guess his photo matching is good enough. I have no idea, but yeah, it's just it sounds silly to me, like what Abarca's saying, right? Like, oh, here's Teddy Roosevelt. You can totally tell that it's like whatever, but yeah, but these card companies, the hair's like big money and shit like that, you know. But yeah, it's mostly baseball cards and sport collectibles. But this guy is trying to like branch out. They had a lot of music stuff. It reminded they had like an original copy of the Madonna Sex book. Remember when that was a big deal, guys? Enrique, do you know about this book?
Yeah. I never saw it, but
What's that? It's on the shelf.
It's right here.
I have 2 copies. One one is sealed in plastic.
Oh, Enrique talked about something that was on a show that was crazy. A guy had like the first Macs, like the first like 10 years of Macs. And some of them were boxed in sealed. So he had some like unopened MacBooks or Macs, not MacBooks, sorry, Macs, including the number 1, which is these multiple parts that you lay out on the table.
Yeah, the first Mac was a board. And so you would have to make your own keyboard. You have to get your own keyboard and wooden box to make it.
Yeah, so he had one of those, man.
Here's the thing. It's cool that they're in boxes, but they have horrible capacitors, so they leak. You know, like when a battery leaks inside an old toy? That happens to them, and it destroys the boards.
But you don't think people will buy it just because it's in the box?
Yeah, they're not buying it to use it.
That's the thing, I get you. Bro. It's so
but
dumb.
I get you. But you already have they're gonna explode in there. So then, yeah, and so they're gonna leak out of the thing and ruin the box. So they're buying this like ticking time box. I would get the box and it's open. Here's the thing. Recap it.
He has some of those too. He has like some open there, and he has the boxes for him, but he has some literally completely wrapped in plastic. And just by the looks of these fucking things, man, people out there buying wild shit, guys. Like, I could see it. You're probably right. You're exactly right. But I think these fuckers like it's fucking wrapped. And they also showed in the bar. You probably knew about this. The first iWatch. That was actually by Seikyo or Seikyo.
It was a watch that for like the 10th anniversary or whatever.
Yeah, made in like the 80s, right? 87 or something like that. Can you look that up?
Uh-huh.
Like Apple but what was it called? The Barca Apple?
I think it was just called it wasn't an thing. It was just an Apple Watch.
Like Apple Watch? Like in the 80s.
Yeah. So here I am talking shit.
What's that?
I'm talking shit. You're like, you got to open that other thing. But look what I just got this week.
An unopened what?
I am holding an unopened copy of Superman 75 from 1992, 93.
Is this Doomsday around?
Yes.
Doomsday?
So it's still sealed in its box.
It's like, oh, you're talking shit, but I got my stuff sealed too. Like, just
yeah, but here's the thing. Like, it's I guess I was gonna talk. Yeah, I was talking my sass, but the poly bag is eventually gonna eat it up inside, right? It's turning it brown because of the plastic.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a long time.
But look what I got. It's I'm gonna be buried with it.
It's always gonna stay wrapped. It's always gonna stay wrapped. What it is.
Mint condition.
I got a Seiko Apple Watch set to hit the auction block. You didn't misread that.
Okay.
Get your floppy disks ready.
Yeah, so you would put like dates and calendars on the watch, and then you would have to put the floppy disk on your computer, and it would load it up to your computer.
Yeah.
So it's like,
From 95.
oh, I thought it was older than that. It's 95?
That's what I thought. It's
Okay.
Hold on. I got a bunch of pop-ups all of a sudden. Hold on just a second.
Oh, everything's for cock knockers.
Uh-oh.
The newest trend in porno.
It is.
Cock knockers.
Late 80s.
Yes,
Digital.
okay, that's the one. Yeah, this girl had it. Her dad gave it to her as a gift, and she's like, "This is the dumbest gift my dad could have given me. $40,000 or some bullshit." Is what it was what they were thinking they were gonna get an auction. I'm like, motherfuckers, bro, like some wild shit. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we're putting that bitch in auction." Like she didn't even think twice about it. But yeah, so it was like an anniversary thing. It came with the disc, the watch, and then something else. I think we're gonna say about it.
But okay, but here's the thing: though, when people put things on auction, they're like. They think, oh my God, they got 2 point whatever million. The auction house, it takes a big chunk of that.
Mm-hmm.
You are then paying.
Whoa. There you go.
Stevens.
Oh,
Stevens is sharing her screen.
Look at Stevens.
Whoa.
Technology.
The pocket wrist Mac.
I thought cock knockers was gonna come on screen right now.
I was like, oh my God.
Wow, bitch.
And when I find it, I will share it.
Please don't. Because I don't find that enjoyable. Some motherfuckers do, but I don't. You just been cock blocked or cock knocked. It's just been cock knocked.
Yeah, like look at it's all plugged in and it's just like this square looking
First
thing.
of all of that is fake.
Why is that a marker?
No, it looks like they created a very kind of rudimentary program to kind of just import stuff into the watch.
It was literally just dates and calendars. I think that's all it was. Like meetings and shit like that.
Oh, how slow would that be?
Took 3 days to fucking upload.
Well, hey kids, in the 20th century, apps used to be called programs. Or software, and that software would come on a floppy disk that was sometimes 5 1/4 inches, and then it became very small floppies, but it would also come on cassettes. And if you wanted to play something on a cassette, you would plug it into your computer, play the cassette, and the cassette had to play the entire thing to load into memory. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna start it up, and let me go read the paper, let me go get some snacks.
I'll come back later.
And you're like, yeah, I can play Minesweeper.
Oh my God. Fucking stupid ass game. Like that everybody played.
Prince of Persia.
The cool thing about that one's actually dope. The cool thing about the show is it does show you the consignments that they get. So it shows you the total of what the person actually takes. So you do get to see like the difference between one or the other.
Good, because like I feel like some of the like Pawn Stars, right? You're like whatever, blah blah blah, but you don't see the behind the scenes, or when they do these heritage auctions, when like the Super Mario Brothers sold for like $1 million.
But they only took X amount or whatever.
Yes, and then they'll tell you that like we kind of rigged the auction to legitimize maybe laundering money, allegedly. Allegedly. But yeah, there was a lot of cool ones. One of the ones that I was like, man, this kid from France, man, he bought a pack of F1 cards for $50. That's what I love, Enrique.
$50. He pulls one of one Lewis Hamilton rookie card. They get to sell it over $1 million at auction and shit for a $50 pack of fucking cards, dude. I'm like, God damn it. A one of one Lewis Hamilton rookie. His kid made over $1 million for it. I was like, and it's funny, he tells his dad, who's your favorite son? I was like, damn, talk your shit, kid. Talk your shit. Me 1.2 million, dude. I'm like,
yeah, he's all froggy until it's like, wait, I got taxes. What the hell's that? What?
He's gonna be in France, bro. I don't speak English, dog. He ain't gonna leave.
Hey, you know what? There's two things that are guaranteed in life: death and taxes. I wrote that. Don't look it up.
You came up with that?
Yeah, put it on the wiki.
But in celebration of May the 4th, we actually watched a martial arts movie with an actor from The Phantom Menace. And we'll be back after the trailer for Accident Man. Enrique looks confused. That was a trailer for Accident Man. Hey, yo, Barker. Hit him with the back of the box.
Accident Man Mike is a tough hitman who makes his hits look like accidents or suicide. He's in a gang of hitmen, each with his own style. When his loved ex is killed, I would say beloved ex, Mike looks for those responsible. This movie is directed by Jesse V. Johnson. Stars Scott Atkins as Mike Fallon, Ray Stevenson as Big Ray, David Paymer as Milton, Michael Jai White as Mick, Ray Park as Mac, Ashley Green as Charlie Adams, Amy Johnson as Jane the Ripper, and Brooke Johnson as the X.
Are the X and the Jane the Ripper family by any chance? You said Johnson for both of them. I wonder.
I don't. That's not my part of the job. I write in very big font so I can see it.
All right, Enrique.
Who was in the Star Wars movie?
Oh, you got to figure that out. We'll give you one guess, bro. Come on. You can do this.
Actually, there's two people that are going to be in the Star Wars universe in this movie.
Oh, but one of them later?
And it's going to be later this year or next year.
Okay. All right, Enrique. So one right now.
I don't know. Is it the main guy?
Boo! Que lo saquen. He played Darth Maul.
Oh yes,
Michael Jai White.
No, it was. Which one was he?
Come on, Enrique.
He's a little rat man.
He was Milton.
No.
We literally gave you everybody but who it could be, bro.
I think he was Amy Johnson.
Ray Park, dog. Damn, Enrique.
Who?
Latest Darth Maul. Ray Park, Mac or Mick? I don't know which one he is. I can't remember.
He's Mac.
Oh, he's Mac. The guy that gets his jaw broke.
Well, professionals.
Oh, okay.
Is that necessary?
Yeah.
The partner, Michael Jai White's partner?
Yes, that is Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. And in my heart
That's
forever,
cool.
to be honest with you. All right, Enrique, so what did you think of this movie?
I had a good time with this movie.
Because
I really enjoyed this movie.
Told you guys. You owe me $100, Jennifer Stevens.
I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I actually went in with low expectations. I was expecting to really dislike it.
You went in with lowered expectations.
I wasn't really looking forward to seeing this. I thought, man, this is going to be shit. I thought the main guy, the Scott Atkins, I thought he was really good in this. I liked the fighting in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I really enjoyed, because in a lot of fighting scenes, you have the stuntmen doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And you get a lot of shots where you see people's backs for so you can't tell that it's not them. In this, you get the complete opposite, and you can see it's them doing all the work. And it kind of stood out to me, so I really enjoyed that. The story was.
What did you call that? They filmed it in a what?
And so a lot of things are shot in it's a 2-shot, and it's mainly unbroken until they finish up the move, right? So if Atkins punches, then they do the opposite, the reverse, and you still see that it's them. And then you know what? Here's the thing: a lot of the people in this movie are stuntmen. Like
it shows,
yeah,
in a good way.
Yeah, like Amy Johnson is the stunt woman for a lot of the Marvel characters.
Dude, she's a badass, bro.
She's in Lady Bloodfight? Lady Bloodfight? Is that her?
Yes, that's her. Same one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what else, Enrique? Sorry, I just wanted to get, because I remember John talking about that. So what else do you think about this movie?
I like the setting, in England or wherever they're at, in Europe. The story itself, I thought was pretty good. Easy to follow. I thought it had good pacing. They might have spent at times kind of too much. I don't know. Like, I feel like they gave us a breakdown of all the assassins, like their different styles. That maybe took a little too long, but But that's just a little nitpick if I had to give it something. But no, I had a good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I echo the same feeling, man. I liked it. I thought it was fun. John called it, and when he said that, I was like, "Yeah, it's literally a low budget John Wick."
Yep,
it's like low budget John Wick, but I didn't mind the low budget John Wick. Like I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, you get the John Wick vibes as you're watching this, but at the same time, it's I mean, John Wick is copied something else, you know. They just John Wick did it very well. This is just another one of those type of movies, and as you're watching it, just because John Wick is so popular at the moment and such a big deal, you automatically think of John Wick. But as I'm watching the movie, I'm not really thinking, dude, they're just copying John Wick, you know, even though it's got those vibes. I still felt it was different enough with the story, and I feel like the fighting in this might, because there's less gunfight in this. Obviously, it's more of actual fighting. So that would be the main difference.
Look, the Gung-Fu and the gunplay, well, not even Gung-Fu, just the gunplay and John Wick is insane. Only watching the first one, so maybe it changes throughout the other ones. But where I felt just watching this, because there is an Accident Man 2 out or coming out, Barca?
It's out.
It's out. There's a 2, and maybe it changes a little bit in part 2. But I felt that the fighting in this was so hard hitting. So reminds me of the Bruce Lee, into a sense of the wasted, like there's times that when he hits him with something, in the other movies they would have gotten up and they would have had to hit him again. Whereas like, he took him out with that. I think of the motorcycle guy. There's a point where he kicks the shit out of him, and that's it. like there's no, and it makes sense because this guy's little, right? And Scott Atkins looks to be a big man. Stevens, can we get measurements on this guy, including wiener size if possible? Like this dude looks like he big, bro. Like he looks like a big man compared to some of these guys. So it's impressive, man. It's impressive. Fight with Jane the Ripper, fuck, bro. Hooray, dude. Like that fight scene at the end, I was kind of bummed out. I almost thought she wasn't going to be back. You know, I felt like maybe she was just going to be gone. It was going to be a quick fight with her, but she got her due, and I really enjoyed that fight scene, man. I thought it was really, really, really cool. Everything just hurts in this movie when they fight. I thought it was cool. What'd you think about it, Barca? I
enjoyed this movie. There are some things that are very odd, weird decisions that they went with. I feel that the introduction of the characters is very much like the Shaw Brothers movie. Like, hey, here's Ironfoot, and here's Ugly Joe, and here's Lady J. So I enjoyed their stories. Even his, at one point we get his origin and the origin of Ray, who is now becoming an actor we keep seeing in these action movies. He's the main bad guy in RRR.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
he sure is. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I was showing Stevens had never watched Punisher Warzone, so I've been showing clips of that. He's that Punisher.
This guy there's a second Punisher. Right.
Big Ray is the second recent Punisher.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Holy crap! That's awesome.
So yeah, Atkins, we've seen in other. He's been the villain in other things. He is in John Wick 4 as a very interesting character. I kind of get Jatham Statham vibes, but honestly, that might just be the cadence of his voice. The very slow. She was pregnant with my child. That was my kid, Mick. You took that away from me. So, dude, I like it. I'm very interested to see Action Man or Accident Man 2 Hitman's Holiday. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it's called. But let's break down some scenes that were really, really cool.
Well, before you go, he's 5'11".
Woo!
I'm a 6-footer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got that big dick energy, so I he's gonna go hard, bro. Like he just hits hard, bro. It looks like everything hurts when you fight this man.
He looks. I thought he looks good too. Like fighting wise, like his. I thought he was really good. The whole time I'm thinking like, why don't I see him in more things? I feel like he's really good. I don't know if he just
because he does a whole bunch of these B movies. They're like, we need a stunt guy. Cool. What am I doing? I'm fighting Steven Seagal. Cool. All right, let's do it. Oh, I'm down. And then he does a really cool stunt in things, you know?
His acting's good too in this, I feel like.
Is he Chuck Norris-y? In the sense of like, you can't get Stallone. No, wait up, Enrique. You can't get Stallone. So you kind of get this guy? And he makes these other side movies kind of?
No, here's the thing. There's a very small group of these stunt guys, and they love the craft. They love beating each other's movies. And like Scott Atkins fights Donnie Yen in
Hitman 4.
Yeah.
He was the guy in Triple Threat too, if you guys are thinking where we saw him recently.
Yeah. Okay. So again, it's these low budget, it's these B movies that sometimes are video, but sometimes may get an international release. So it's I think America's been sleeping on him, but you know, I think he'll have a high profile project that you're like, oh, I remember this guy and this character was cool. I don't know if he's done the superhero stuff yet.
Yeah, X-Men Origins. He was in Wolverine.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking, dude. Like a lot of these movies, I want to see. Like we talk about Undisputed because I like him fighting Michael Jai White. It looks good, dude. Because they're big dudes, man. It looks good, and he's in all three of them, I think. Black Mass 2, City of Mass, X-Men Origins, Undisputed. Like I said, he's in Expendables 2.
He's the other group?
I don't know. That's 3.
That's 3. Okay.
That's 3, yeah. Universal Soldier, Day of Reckoning. Yeah, he's in a lot. The Legend of Hercules.
Yeah, Hercules.
He's in a lot of different things, man. But it's like, he's not in Jarhead. He's in Jarhead 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not in this. He's in like this or whatever. So, but I enjoyed him so much. I do want to check out some of these other movies.
So you're saying there's a chance he's coming on the podcast? Because we've had people from Jarhead already. Like, hey, man, we want to talk about your experience with Jarhead 3. We talked to some people from Jarhead already, you know?
Yeah, you know, can we connect it? Hitman 4, you said. Yeah, he's in Hitman 4. Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, he's the army guy in Hitman 4. Yeah, and I remember that. That's cool. So, all right, favorite fight scene. I told you guys mine. I love that Jane the Ripper and him fighting one-on-one. I thought that was really, really good. It just stood out for me. Is there one for you, Enrique, that you really enjoyed?
I just remember one of them where he's doing a lot of flying kicks and like double like in the air he's like kicking with right and then left and then finishing with the right. I forget which fight that was.
Mm-hmm. He does a spin kick. And we see the spin kick a lot, like a corkscrew spin kick, but we usually see it hit one time. What he does is so fucking cool. He comes over and hits you with his, let's just say his left leg, but then he finishes it with the right kick too.
Yeah.
And he hits with both. And it looks fucking cool. It looks super cool. Yes.
So I don't know if it, yeah, I think he does it in multiple fights. But in one of them, it's just the way they shot it just looks super cool.
Yeah.
I forget exactly which one it was. They were all good. I mean, it's hard for me to pick. They all had really good moments. I mean, the fight against the guy on the bike, you know, the triad biker, that one was really cool. Yeah. That comes to mind immediately. So that one was good.
What about for you, Abarca?
I enjoy the first fight. Well, I enjoyed all the fights in this, but the first fight that he has with Michael Jai White and Ray Park, because Enrique talks about this, like this one of his pet peeves is that you have a martial artist and there's like 20 people just all bum rush him at the same time and he's dead, right? But that doesn't make for good cinema. So this makes an attempt at rectifying that. So he's fighting one guy, kind of dispatches him. He goes off to the side. Then you see him get the other guy. So there's a couple. First of all, they're trying to talk it out, right? It's just we're being professional. We're being professional. You know, what are you doing? Like, hey, she wasn't even your girl, man. You know, I thought you were done with that bitch. Yeah, and then he call Ray Park calls his ex by a very derogatory term, and he's like, "Say it again."
But he says it too. He said the same term.
Don't you call it expletive? And then he's like, "Well, what expletive?" And bam, right in the kisser, man.
I love Ray Park's line about "kill my wife. I can't stand that bitch anyway."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's a moment in that where he's facing both of them, and he jumps kind of sideways, and it's this double huracarana kind of move.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So then they used a lot of MMA in that one too. A lot of arm bars, a lot of stuff. And there's this real cool move where he gets Michael Jai White in an arm bar, right?
Yeah.
And Michael Jai White does what I call the rampage, because I remember this from Pride Fighting. Ricardo Arona puts an arm bar on Rampage, or a triangle coach on triangle choke on Rampage. And Rampage has the strength to lift him up over his head and then slam him down. It is one of the sickest shit I've ever seen in an MMA fight. Stevens, if you have not seen that, Quentin Rampage Jackson against Ricardo Arona slam. Fucking wow. And Rampage is wearing the Apollo Creed shorts in Japan. It's fucking beautiful. So he did the same thing, and he goes to lift them, and I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be awesome. But Scott Atkins flips it into an huracarana. I think in wrestling it's called a dragon driver or dragon super. I can't remember exactly, but he flips into that, and I'm like, oh, that shit looks sick. It looks fucking insane, dude. Like, but it's like, it reminded me of that moment in Pride where like, you were like, what the fuck? Quentin Jackson just literally did this shit. Rampage Jackson just did this. So it's really, really cool. But yeah, that's a great one. A lot of MMA, a lot of like grappling in that, a lot of everything. Yeah. It was really, really cool.
And the start of it is, it starts off very homoerotic because Mick and Mac, they're practicing, they're like judo or whatever. And they're on the ground together, and it's like, hey man, can we help you with something?
Yeah. Oh, you see Stevens? Right? Instantly knocked out. Like instantly, bro.
That's hard.
That's a big man getting slammed right there, and shit just instantly gets knocked out when he hits the fucking mat. Yeah, it's wild. But I enjoyed the PTSD fight, or what does he call it? Post-murder.
Oh, in the bar.
PMT.
Yeah, when he goes in the bar, that was good.
When he breaks that dude's leg and or his kneecap, it just sounds horrible. Like, that was good. And he hits a guy in the face and he knocks that guy. Kind of what he did to Ray Park.
Yeah, he's like,
just knocks him out, bro.
Fat man. And he's like, what? You've got spunk in your mouth. And you're like, oh, really?
Yeah, this fucking movie cusses a lot, and that's from a guy who cusses a lot, bro. Like, I was like, God damn, like, how many Fs did we? I know why it's rated R. I could tell, dude. That's wild, bro. It was really, really interesting. Stevens, did you have a fight scene that you enjoyed?
I really liked all of the fights in this, but I think what I enjoyed most was the putting down of because when he's introducing the killers, and there's the poison guy, then there's the guy who wants the Band-Aids.
So stupid, yes.
And so he's like, they're like, everybody go kill this guy. And they're like, really, Dad? Do we have to go? And then they go, and they're like, I'm here to try to kill you. And he just so it's not really a fight, I guess, but I enjoyed the come on, man, don't make me hurt you. Yeah. All right. And then you just the one punch and knock out the other killer.
Well, when he kills a homie that doesn't skip arm day.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, man, it's you, buddy? He's like, yeah, man, it's me. He's like, oh, damn. He was in such a rage, and he didn't know Scott Atkins' character.
He's like, Mike, it's you?
Yeah. Then he became like George and Lenny from Mice of Men all of a sudden to me in my mind. Like, oh, the pretty rabbits. And I'm like, oh. Then he's like, I just killed my best friend and shit, bro. Or my mate. He calls him, I just killed my mate. It's like, damn, dude.
Man, I like the little guy. I don't like the rat guy. There's one that's the rat guy's gross.
He is weird.
But the little guy, the little guy's like, we live in a tolerant society.
Yeah.
He's all, did you know that people can die from anaphylactic shock?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what I did enjoy about the rat guy is that it was an easy kill.
Mm-hmm.
What was gonna annoy me is that all of a sudden the fucking rat guy's this super crazy fighter. We're like, no, he's not. He even said he's a dude that does his shit. So he tried it, and he's like, bitch, what is wrong with you? Like, get off of me.
Yeah.
And he just kills him, and I'm like, cool. Like, I didn't say thanks. That was easy. Like, that makes sense to me. And like, he never killed the other guy because he didn't need, like, it was easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, pick a number, bro. Pow! And he just hits him with the bumbook, and that's it. So it's like,
the massage
Russians.
guy, that dude was big. So that was a good fight.
And he's just smacking him with a lead pipe. Bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam, bam.
That
I'm
was
up.
cool.
Blink.
Yeah. And like, even the think of like hitting his feet, right? And like, this one's gonna make you not be able to walk for a while, but you will never walk again if I hit you again where I'm gonna hit you. And it's just kind of like, oh, that's cool. I never thought of that. Like, hit him in the feet. Okay, interesting. So the massage parlor was really, really cool. And it's like they made it a point to show you fight scene, like the masseuse wasn't a lady, right? The masseuse was this big old
Yeah.
and he's doing it or whatever. So
The
cool.
bigger.
Whatever. We got another fight scene out of it. I really enjoyed that origin story too, John. It wasn't some like mystical, I don't know, it was just like he got lucky.
It wasn't. I thought they might go because when they introduced Jane, what's her name? Jane the Ripper. She's like, oh, it's your typical left home at the age of 16, learned from a Ronin who, typical stuff. Mm-hmm. And then she slices them. So I'm like, oh, is it gonna be corny like that or something that's not crazy? He's like, no, I'm getting bullied. He's all, you want me to teach you how to fight? No, I want to learn how to murder people.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Hey, did they ever get back to her story?
No. So I don't know if that's something in part 2 or maybe it's, hey, I want to make my own movie
with her. Mm. Dude, when he kicks her through the door, that looks like such a hard kick. Because the way she shoots through the door and falls in their fight, he kicks her through the door to get her before he like stabs her or whatever. When she goes into the office with the oil company guy, he fucking that. I watched that like 3 times, dude. It looks so fucking hard hitting. And I think that's what this movie is. It's so hard hitting. I thought the guns that Mick and Mac took to kill him at the end were kind of a little bit of overkill.
Yeah, a little too much.
Dude, like, Mick, bro, bring a handgun, dog. Like, we don't need all that shit, Like, that was a bit much. I didn't mind him kicking the grenade out of midair. I was like, nah, I'll allow it.
And it's fine, but I feel like it...
it didn't explode big enough. Like there's
no. They could have chosen a better take because he doesn't kick him out. Like it kind of goes out and then down into frame.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. It doesn't like go straight back to him.
Yeah, and I get there's not we don't have a CG budget to put in the perfect grenade and then it's gonna fly at Michael J. White and he's like, next like no, I kicked it. Screw it, we're good.
It went behind him and they're like, oh shit, man. Yeah. Like, whatever kind of a thing. Yeah. He gave him that split second he needed to make the move or whatever. But I like their powers that they had in the sense of, right? Like each one of them had their style of doing things. I like the accident version of his. Like everything looks like it's a mistake. Like how he takes out that guy at the bus stop.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been waiting for weeks, bro, for the perfect miles per hour or whatever, like perfect whatever. And he finally gets it and boom, he does it or whatever. So I like all that. I just, it worked, man. It was fun. I think Enrique put it right. Like you just have a good time and do you have to think about it too much? Yeah. It makes some leaps, but whatever, but the fighting's so
the ex-girlfriend story, like it takes a backseat to the fight scenes.
Yeah.
So I won't discuss anything further if there's a question at the end that someone's going to ask.
Yeah. What do you got, Enrique? What's the question?
How do we make this better overall story?
Enrique, we need a better line read than that. Like I set you up, you're like, hey guys,
I would have even less story and more fighting. Like, I don't, just fucking, I don't know, dude. They killed his girlfriend. Boom, let's go. Pew, pew, pew. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, at that point, let's make it happen. Give me another 2 assassins if possible. And I'm just being fucking, like, I'm being picky because I didn't mind any of it. I just, like, sometimes with the whole girlfriend and the other girl or the new girlfriend, I was like, okay, you guys hate each other. Like, whatever, you know, like, just make it happen. Kind of thing.
But in movie tropes, I was expecting like, oh, you know what? Well, I hate you and I hate you, and then it becomes kind of a Bruce Willis moonlighting thing.
Yes. When they love each other.
That's where I thought it was going, and it didn't. Or at the end, he picks her up and he's like, you know what? I've been a jerk. You want to talk? You want to have some coffee?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought that's where it was going to, but
yeah, me too. And I was kind of like, oh man. So I'm kind of glad it didn't, or whatever. At least not yet, or whatever.
Who is this girl?
The girlfriend, the new girlfriend.
Yeah, because they make it like she's fourth build on the.
She's
Ashley
in
Green?
some of the Twilight movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were right. Yeah. Was she a big character in there, Enrique? Like, was she like?
No, she wasn't one of the big characters, but she was part of the in the later movies, right, Stevens?
Yeah,
she's part of that
family.
one group.
She's one of the ones that plays baseball, bruh. You should know, Barca.
It is.
You asshole.
Well, she's like
she's
the
all that?
main sister.
Well, she's not. What? Hey, I'm concerned for her. That she's all that girl.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, like it's a rat hole, but like they found her naked in Hollywood or whatever. Yeah, she's like, hey, I need some help.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The Amanda Bynes.
Oh, Amanda Bynes. How'd you get there? What did I miss?
She's not in. Is she in? She's all that.
Isn't she all that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't remember
no,
that.
she's not. She's all that. It's the
other
boy
one.
one.
Amanda Bynes was running around naked.
Yes.
I wasn't there.
She's been having issues for a while, though.
I get you, but it's like,
for a minute, huh?
Yeah.
She just turned herself back in, though, so to get help.
So yeah, this girl's on Twilight. She did the Bombshell movie too.
Oh, the Bombshell movie?
So she's been in some stuff.
Oh my god.
Yep.
All right.
She's a pretty big character in Twilight. I mean, she's not the main characters, obviously, but she's
because I saw the poster
sisters.
and it's like Scott Atkins, Michael J. White, Ray Stevenson, Michael J. White, and then the girl.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever.
You know, as I'm watching this movie, I'm thinking how much better this is than Triple Threat is. And it's Triple Threat had all these fucking badass fighters, and the fighting in that doesn't even compare to what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could that be that it isn't? But Triple Threat is not. It's more an international movie. Like they're not shooting it. It wasn't shot in London, so I think maybe that has to do with it. Like we're doing our movie our way, and this is how we do it. And they're like, you can either play or get out.
Whereas this one, he had more control over it.
I think, yeah. Well, he wrote. Right, he's one of the writers on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
hey,
you're
Steven,
right.
Does he make top hottie list for you or no?
Mm-hmm.
He's all.
He was in Triple Threat though too, because I was like, that dude's handsome. Yeah.
Beard or no beard?
Either. I do like him clean cut. Like there's a picture of him online when I was looking. I was like, dang.
What does he play in Triple Threat?
He was the one of the guys chasing them or whatever.
He's from the other. He's on the bad guy team or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's one of the main bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember now. Okay.
So, again, you know what? That movie was very disappointing. It's like I like Michael J. White. You know, we love him as
Only Jaw. Equal. I mean, all these guys were like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, we're all in this damn movie. I know.
You know what it needed? It needed it needed Spider Silver to be in it. I like the toys, everyone. Come on, multipliado.
So with this movie, is it more the director? Like, what's the deal? Why is this movie so good?
I think they're homies, and you know what? He's like, hey, you want to be in it? Amy, you in it? Michael J. White, cool. Ray Park, yeah. All right, let's do it. We need a bad guy. We need a mentor. Hey, Ray, Stevenson, you want to be in it? Yeah, cool. Let's do it. What's the story?
So-
My girlfriend left me and now she's gay. All right.
So the director his thing is director, writer, stunts. So he's a stunt guy too.
Damn.
So he probably knows how to shoot it. He knows how to make stuff look good, right?
Yeah. And
I wonder if it's the same guys that do the John Wick stuff. Because aren't the directors for John Wick stunt guys?
Yeah, yes. You are correct. I don't know if I feel like the stunt community is small enough where like they kind of all know each other and like, hey, well, we're on this show. All right, well, our thing is going to be about this. You want to be in it?
Mm.
I think that's the energy this movie has. We're all friends.
He's the director of Triple Threat too.
What?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So bullshit then. Take my statements back. Jesse V. Johnson.
Interesting. Which one's newer, this or Triple Threat though?
Triple Threat. Because Triple Threat was 2019. This was 2018.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe this is a difference though. In this movie, his homie gets to be the main guy. Where maybe for Triple Threat, you got to work these three dudes in, and you got to make sure that these three dudes get lined, and you got to make sure that these three dudes. You notice the bad guy team is his dudes. Maybe his dudes are actually the bad guys, and then he was like, "But I got to make these other guys shine."
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It's like, hey, if I'm equal white, I don't want to look like a punk in this movie.
Even though you're fighting fucking Michael Jai White. Like, come on, bro. Like, and that's one of my favorite things of that fight in the motorcycle. It's like, yeah, you're cool and you're doing all this stuff, but you're a foot smaller than me, dog. I'm going to beat the shit out you with one kick because I'm so big. Which Bruce Lee always admitted stuff like that. I love that when they're like, what are you going to do if you fight a 300-pound guy? He's like, fucking hit him in the balls and run. Like I'm 5'9" or whatever fucking Bruce Lee was, 5'8".
And maybe that's what that movie needed. It needed to be more grounded in all right, I can't defeat this guy, but let me figure something out. Mm-hmm. You know what? Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like they don't want to look bad for their people, for their camp. And he's like, who am I working with? A stuntman? All right, you guys are gonna be badasses. And you're gonna lose. And you're like, really? I'm gonna lose? You're like, yep, you're gonna lose. But it's not how we make Triple Threat better. How to make this movie better.
More fight scenes. What do you got, Barca?
I don't think that her being pregnant adds anything to this movie. I don't think her being gay adds anything to this movie.
Agreed. That's my thing too. Take all that crap out.
I think maybe she left him for a nerd, and everything else happens, and we find out that I don't know, the nerd brought stability, whereas this other girl doesn't seem like she brought stability. Like it's very what they show us of their relationship, right? Like the girl's smacking Atkins around, and they're like, "Oh, it's so hot, so now I'm going to make out with you." It seemed like a very toxic relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't feel that the girl. Oh shit! All right, am I back?
You're back.
You're good.
All right. Oh no! What to say?
You're back, Barca.
All right. Hey guys, if I am not on camera, sorry. No, not you guys. The people at home.
I got you.
Yeah. Not you, but you. I say you. You're seeing.
So you take out the relationship stuff, take out the gay stuff that doesn't really add anything, take out the baby stuff.
Yeah. Look, she's dead. We have a mystery why. Like it still works that she's this she's an activist reporter that is getting undercover, but like she got murdered because she was not going to blackmail them, but instead, oh my God, I just remembered I bought Oreos. I'm sorry. This is a very side note. I'm like, where did I put my Oreos?
Stupid.
They're lemon Oreos, bro. I'm sorry. Listen,
it's the important stuff we got to remember.
I had Chinese food this morning. They've changed, like they have new owners, so it doesn't taste as good. Do you ever have that?
So now we're talking about Chinese food?
Yeah, well, sorry, because I love this spot and it was delicious, and I've gone to this spot since I was since I was 19, 18. And they franchised out, and the franchises are not as good as the original, and the original is no longer has that flavor.
No longer.
Shout them out. Shout them out.
Oh, buddy.
What?
That's
China.
That's our audience. Shut up. So if you know of any cool spots in Bakersfield or anywhere in California, the Eureka State,
Anywhere in California,
the Golden State. Don't tell me Texas.
Eureka?
Tell me where it's at so I can yell out Eureka Chinese food. All right, so that's what I would make better.
All right, Enrique, what are you doing?
I didn't mind the girlfriend stuff. At this point, you kind of expect something like that to show up somewhere with any storyline. It seems like.
I don't know. I feel like this was a little like in your face. Like, all right, what did that add to you, Scott Atkins? Besides making you think you're an asshole and and slightly homophobic, or maybe the whole cast.
I think the way I took it, I think for me it was just he was just sad that that he lost her. He was obviously still in love with her, but her being gay, I think, was mainly used so that his fellow hitmen gave him shit about it. Like, it was a reason for them to like give him a hard time for it, and that it was kind of used like, to talk shit to him. And it was just like the banter, that they were able to give him for that. Because they didn't really, other than obviously letting us know that's what happened. I mean, they mentioned it a couple times, and they didn't really like beat it into you as you're watching the movie. The fighting is all great. I don't know what because even I'm trying to think, even like the backstory that they gave us on everybody, all that was pretty well done. It helped in kind of understand where everybody came from, and maybe more fight scenes. But even then, I know what I would take out. I would take out the big ass fucking guns that Michael Jai White and them come in with.
Yeah, it was
just take those out.
Yeah, like I didn't
They're
mind
too big.
Their origin. Like, okay, they used to fight, so they got big. Okay, cool. But like, why would you take such a big ass gun to like a little room? Like,
two big ass guns, and then they miss every fucking shot. And then the desk he's hiding from is open on the bottom in the beginning before he flips it over, and those big ass fucking bullet that table's not gonna stop all those fucking bullets.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe replace those with some regular popular AR-15s that people love in this country.
Man,
wow,
come on, bro.
Buddy, come on.
Here we go. All right, Enrique, would you tell people to watch this movie?
I would tell people to watch the shit out of this movie. And the second one that we haven't seen, and the Debt Collector, I see he's done other stuff like this that I'm kind of intrigued to watch.
Mm-hmm. He has a lot of stuff. Barker, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yes, you don't have to watch the shit out of this movie. I don't even know what that means.
Shit out of it.
Shit out of it, bro.
If you're experiencing some bowel movement issues after watching this movie, that's not about this movie.
I would say yes, watch this movie, man. I'm excited to see more of them. I think it's really, really cool. Stevens, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it. Like,
it's an easy watch, right?
It's Hitman, right? What's is Grosse Pointe Blank? Is that the Hitman John Cusack movie?
Yes.
It reminded me a bit of that, like how he's talking through. I do like Grosse Pointe Blank better as the hitman likes having an anxiety thing. And I didn't like all the girl stuff. I didn't like all the girlfriend stuff in this one, but I do enjoy, like, I'm a killer for a living. Here's my life. I do like that. So, watch it. It was fun.
Write this down, Stevens. We got to watch Man of Tai Chi at some point in time. When I was watching, going through his stuff, I went into a Triple Threat, and then I remember Tiger Chin. So then I clicked on his name, and then I got to Man of Tai Chi, and it looks very Bloodsporty-ish kind of a thing. But like Keanu Reeves did him a favor. Probably like, hey, you run the Matrix, dogs. I'm gonna jump over and do your movie, kind of a thing. So it looks cool. I just kind of want to check it out at some point in time. We can watch it. All right. So, all right, Stevens, what is the top 10 list that we have at this moment?
So at number 1, you have Fearless. Number 2 is the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Number 3 is One-Armed Swordsman. Number 4 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Number 5 is Enter the Dragon. Number 6 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Is that on there? Number 7 is Police Story.
Uh-huh.
Number 8 is Police Story 3 or Super Cop. Number 9, The 5 Deadly Venoms. We need to watch a Venom movie. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
And number 10, Ip Man. Is this a contender?
I think it's a contender, but I can't put it in the top 10. It's not bad, though. Again, this does not mean it's bad. Trust me, I'll tell you when it fucking sucks and doesn't belong anywhere near it. But it's not that. I just can't put it in the top 10. Abarca?
No, I can't. I can't. I couldn't even justify putting it into the top 10. I mean, after how many movies have we seen so far?
108 or something.
90 movies that we've talked about. And then that's how Enrique showed us his whole movies. I don't know why. But so, no, it's a no for me.
Enrique.
This incredibly close to the top 10 as can be, considering it's not a big movie that I don't think anybody's really heard of. It's real. I really enjoyed it, but it cannot put in the top 10.
Yeah. Maybe
but
at some point
it's close, dude. It's surprising. Like after watching it, I'm like, dude, this is kind of dope. Like, could this make the top 10? And then I think, what's at number 10? I'm like, no, I can't. I can't.
Exactly, right?
Here's my thought. Like, Donnie Yen can carry any movie by himself. Whereas I feel that this, without the other surrounding characters, I don't know if Atkins carries the entire movie.
No.
Right? Because the plot isn't propelling him forward the way Donnie Yen does. No, but I was going to say at some point, maybe we should do a kind of top 10 fight scenes.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
bro.
Sounds like a lot of homework.
That'd be rough, bro. But yeah.
Listen, you've been assigned homework. You refuse to do it.
Oh, no, sir. I read Ric Flair, Secret Agent, and it's fucking awesome. All right? It's amazing. I'm very, like, literally, is it made by Marvel?
No.
Holy shit. Because he crashes in a plane while being a wrestler, which is true to form. He did that early in his career, and he didn't die. And it broke his back, and like he should have never wrestled again, but he did for like 50 years after that. And then, but what happens is when he wakes up and he basically gets the Steve Rogers juice, they even tell him that, but they tell him that they gave him half of some other crazy shit. And then like he's like, what's your name? He's all Ric Flair. And he's all Flair? Hell no, it's Flair. And then like they put a helmet on him and he comes out with gorgeous hair. And he's like, what are you gonna like? He's like, what are you gonna do from now on? And he's like, I want a Rolex watch, alligator shoe. And he's like, just fucking. And they even show like it shows the general look over, and there's a shield on the wall. And he's like, we can't count on him anymore. We need you, Ric Flair. And it's like, what are you gonna do with you? Because like, even they made this Johnson is like $23 million is what they said. He's like, I'm gonna stick it in everything that moves. Whoa! Like it's fucking amazing. It's a great comic book. I did my homework, so it's amazing. I know what you're talking about.
Biscuit. There's 32 issues you need to read.
Enrique, did you do any homework?
Did I do any homework?
Yeah, didn't you read your ghost book or whatever?
Oh no, I didn't read the book, but I have a question for you guys.
What's the question?
And I'll be disappointed if Stevens and John don't know the answer to this.
Something about Disneyland. Go.
No, it's not. What are the two official ghost towns of California?
Calico. What's the other one?
Is Calico on there?
What's the other one?
Okay, so Calico's one of them.
That was it called? Jesus Christ.
Not something in the desert somewhere?
No,
Where is it?
Is it the one up north?
The Winchester one? The Mystery House one?
No,
That's
he's
not a
talking about a whole
town,
ghost
though.
town.
Do I want to give you what the letter starts with?
Sure.
A B.
Penis.
A B.
Oh, my bad.
He said penis.
You meant Venus. I don't know of another one, I don't think.
Is it
No.
Baker?
No.
Because that
No.
place looks kind of run down.
But that's not a ghost town.
I
Well,
mean,
I don't know. It's not. No, I mean, I'm agree with him on that one. Baker looks fucked.
Where is it? Out by Palm Desert or up north?
I'm not sure where it is.
Bodie?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Calico and Bodie.
Yeah.
there you go.
Good job. Good job, guys.
The more you know.
The more you.
There you go, guys. All right. Hey, well, first off, before that, Stevens, what are we watching next week?
Next week, I don't know why, but
Yeah, I know
we're
Because it's
We're
watching.
It's Macho Man May.
Hey, man.
Oh, that's right. It's Macho Manly May or whatever. We're never gonna have a Women's Month, but whatevs. We're going back in time to 1993.
We tried, but Enrique doesn't like those movies.
Okay.
We're going back to 1993 when
Men were men.
Stallone and Wesley Snipes were
That's
at
right.
the height of their game in a little movie called Demolition Man.
Woo! Hell yeah, motherfuckers.
Wesley Snipes, Janice
look at it,
Leary,
Don't look at it, Enrique.
Sandra
Do-
Bullock, and oh my God, what the hell's his name? The copy guy,
Oh, Roy Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
Rob
Schneider
Schneider.
is in this movie.
Who's Roy Schneider from Jaws?
Roy Schneider is Brody.
Yeah.
Jack Black is in this?
Yes,
It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I couldn't answer.
Jack Black
But
is in Demolition Man?
but he's not. Doesn't
he's
have
a
a big
side
part.
thing, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
The sidekick
But
of this.
it's not streaming anywhere. You have to rent it.
Hell
But it's
yeah.
rentable everywhere.
Because it's so badass. That's why.
Yeah,
They know
you
that
can rent
movie's
it
watching
everywhere.
they shit, so they know they're going to watch this movie. Some manly Samoan movies, man. You never watched this, Enrique?
Oh my God.
Why would you
No.
watch this?
Because it was so big when it dropped.
But it's
Everybody watched it.
93. But it's
What?
93. He's what, like 8? Like he's not watching this.
I'm 13.
13.
He was 13 with a full mustache. What are you talking about?
But we've
I'm
talked
13.
about this. He's not
I'm-
watching movies at the time.
I'm 13 and I don't think I had been to a movie yet in my life.
See?
Because I've never seen a
You
naked.
guys forget like the past
I was
2
13.
years of
He's like, hey,
stuff.
kid, you ever see a naked man?
He's putting nickels in fucking places and turning cranks and shit. Oh my God. Demolition Man, most fucking manliest movie of all time. Macho manly movies. That's all we're watching in May. All right, Enrique and Abarca. But Enrique, where can they get a hold of us? I forgot to do this at the beginning.
Go to our link tree, linktr.ee/Gung-Fu Super Bros. You can find all the links to our socials, our podcast, and our voicemail.
And Abarca, if they want to leave us a message.
Hey, man, you can just call me at 661-401-5941. You can be part of our show. Leave us a voicemail at gungfusuperbros.com. Hey, folks, this is where I do it. Hey, if you are watching us, hit that like button.
Oh,
Smash the bell. What is it? Ring the bell for notifications. We see you watching the movies. Subscribe. Come on, helps us out.
Knock our cocks.
Knock our cocks, cock knockers.
This is why we're banned in like 7 countries.
This is why.
This is why.
Goddamn dirty
But
mouth.
folks, if you are listening to us on our corporate overlord Spotify, you know you switched over from Joe Rogan to Manly Man May. Guys, give us a like, give us a comment, subscribe. New episodes Mondays. Make it happen, guys. Come on. I see you.
Hey, Abarca, say bye.
Hey, folks, speak of humans.
Enrique,
Bye.
super produced Stevens.
Bye.
And remember, my name's Ivan. Love you guys. I don't just fight people anymore. I fucking destroy them.
I'll fucking destroy them.